What's good, y'all? Blacksmith here, and today we're here to talk about Trap. Now, with a title like this, it sounds just as interesting as it is basic. But the trailers and the marketing did a really good job in building suspense for this movie and curiosity as to what this movie is about and what's going to happen. And the Shyamalan family has completely taken over, with one of M. Night Shyamalan's daughters, Ishana, putting out her directorial debut, The Watchers, back in June, and now the father dropping his movie in August. Now the top question is, was this movie any good, or did the marketing trap its audience into watching a bad movie? Well, let's talk about it. This movie follows a man who's taking his daughter out to a concert to see her favorite artist. However, this man in particular is a famous killer known throughout the city. And it also turns out that the concert that he's taking his daughter to is a trap that was set up by the FBI to catch him. Pretty cool concept, right? And like I said before, the trailers did a great job in building suspense with this plot. But did it stick the landing? Let's talk about these pros and cons. The first pro I want to talk about, the execution of the concept. The concept of having a concert set up just to catch a killer that's presumably supposed to be there and that also has a bunch of innocent attendees is pretty cool in itself as an idea. The stadium has a bunch of cameras, a bunch of security, a lot of innocent people. He can't just go around doing any and everything without turning a corner and running into law enforcement. So in this case, I will say this was definitely another great concept piece from M. Night Shyamalan. The next part I want to talk about is the music. Now, with the central environment of this movie being a concert, I mean, what good is a movie about a concert without good music? At one point during the movie, the music became so good that I had to actually look up who the artist was performing. And it was none other than his second daughter, Salika Shyamalan. She wrote and recorded all the music that she performed in the movie, and I will say the music sounded really good. Now, with that being said, there is a flip side to this, but we'll get to that later. Last pro I gotta talk about, the acting. Every single character in this movie did a great job when it came to building curiosity and angst amongst each other as a cast, and they pretty much delivered on all aspects of acting in this movie. I was also surprised to see that his daughter Salika was doing so well in this movie because she had no roles prior to this. So the acting wasn't bad, everyone did their thing, all I gotta say about that. So now we gotta get into these cons. The first con we gotta talk about, the laziness of the plot. Now this is a lot different from what I said before about the concept. The concept is the idea. The plot, I'm strictly talking about the story. Now when the movie starts, the plot is great. Everything seems to be going smoothly until about 40 minutes into the film, you start to realize something. After I looked up who the singer was and it turned out to be M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, I started to recognize that this movie, at least for the first 40 minutes of it at least, was looking like a bunch of promo for her music. After a while, I couldn't wait for some songs to end. I felt like I was just watching him promote his daughter's singing for 40 minutes. Which made me glad that at least the music was good, because if it wasn't, I would have been completely upset. I mean, I understand he wants to promote his daughter's singing and her music, but not in this way. Not in a way that made me feel like I was watching just promo for his daughter. That wasn't a good look, and it definitely showed nepotism at its finest. The second con I want to talk about, the fact that this movie wasn't rated R. Now, I know M. Night Shyamalan's not known for putting out R-rated movies, but this movie in particular would have benefited from a more strict rating. All the things that this killer was doing definitely would have hit harder if we were able to see a lot of the outcomes in more detail, but we didn't get to because it's a PG-13 movie. Also, a lot of the ideas as far as what the killer was doing would have been executed more, I don't want to say perfectly, but it would have been more entertaining if this movie was rated R. I'm not here to tell the man how to make movies, but those two cons in particular turned me completely off from this movie. All in all, it was good, but I would say it was more entertaining for me because of the music, and I'm really big into music. If you're not a fan of M. Night Shyamalan movies, you wouldn't really be missing much if you decided to skip this one, because it seems as if this movie is made strictly for his fans and his audience. Thanks for checking out my review. Let me know if you plan on seeing this movie. Let me know if you've already seen it and what you thought about it. Let me know what you thought about this review, and give this video a like and your boy a follow. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, peace.